Good morning, designers. Welcome back to our second week of eSchool. I have a lot of sympathy for all of you, I think, because I've been working from home, and I am still working from home now, and spent all of my spring break here at home. So one of the exciting things that I think exciting that happened to me over spring break was that I had what I think is a brainstorm, and instead of having these workshop strands and classroom strands, maps, what I'm going to be working on, I worked this coding one up, and I'm going to be working on pulling each discipline out into its own separate map. And I'll try to do these in the order that I think most people are working on them. On the discipline map, this one is for coding in particular, the first thing that there will be the fundamentals pod. And if you don't yet have any skills in that discipline, that will be the only thing that you see on there. The fundamentals pod will give you quests that lead you through the basics, coding 0, coding 1, and then there's a whole bunch of 2s here on this one that are all equivalent. And when you've done those, when you've learned the basic skills of that particular discipline, it will unlock this apprentice project. And that's when you have earned this coding apprentice badge, then you will see the apprentice project show up. And that allows you, at whatever point you get to it, you can take it, but it requires that you have the fundamental skills from the rest of the map there. And that requires that you do a project to show that you know that basic stuff. So if you already know stuff within a discipline, you can jump straight to the apprentice project after you've revealed the coding apprentice badge and test out of the rest of it. So you don't have to keep doing all of that apprentice work if you already know how and you've already learned all of that. Once you've learned it and you take the apprentice project and you do a good job on it, you will earn your peer badge, which will unlock things like this further scratching. Scratch is one of the tools for coding. This further scratching pod. And here there are some more exercises, more quests that you can use to develop your skills to the point where you open up the peer project. And at this point, when you get the peer project, that means that you really understand, you've mastered all those fundamentals that you learned over in the apprentice level, and you're ready to show that you really get it. A peer project, and we'll go take a look at this one real quickly, is going to allow you, warning, you've got a timer on this one. It's going to warn you and it's going to allow you to design your own project. But you have to do a proposal for it and let me know about it so that we make sure together that this is going to be a good, sufficient project to show all of your skills. This is the point at which you are showing that you really have mastered everything, right? Once that's approved, you build it. And really importantly, you need to document your journey along the way. And I don't care whether you do that with text, with blog entries, if you do a video log, if you do a podcast, but you do need to do it along the way. It's not something you can really finish at the end and wait till you're all done with your project to do. You really have to record all the way through. The reason is that you're going to present your program and tell the story of how you made it as your final job, your final piece of this quest before you will be allowed the peer badge. And if you go to the very end of the project and then try to tell the story of it and you have no evidence that you've recorded along the way, no screenshots, no notes about what worked and what didn't work, that story is going to be really wimpy. And it's going to be obvious that you didn't do the work. So that documentation then is really important, that you do it all the way along and that you practice reflecting on a daily basis, or at least a class basis, what happened. And then the last piece is you will present to a panel of your peers around the table, or depending on whether we get to come back in, we'll do it over a Google Meet, and to me, and then we will make a recommendation, a decision about whether you have earned the rank of peer. And then there's a little checklist here of what to include, etc. So that peer project will then allow you, when you finish it, you will get the crafter badge. And when you get the crafter badge, sorry, I didn't mean to open that one. The crafter badge allows you the ability to do any project that you have in mind. It will also unlock another set of projects that aren't even visible here because I haven't gotten that crafter badge in coding yet. So there'll be more pods that appear once you get in. So I'm excited because this is going to be, I think, a really fun way to slowly unlock all the stuff that can go into Knowlet Labs, but it only shows you what you've earned. So the more you do, the more you see. Looking forward to what you guys make this week. Make sure that you've done the weekly job from last week, and I will see you again in a couple days.